So this video is constructive criticism for everyone within Hero Clash, the devs, techs, etc. Only because I care about Hero Clash. If I didn't care, I wouldn't be here and I would be somewhere else with a different sponsorship. So watch the whole video.
Yo, what's going on, Hero Clash? Welcome back to a brand new Hero Clash Intel video. Yes, a survey to end off this beautiful Friday evening. So without any further ado, sit back, relax, and make sure you get your 300 blue diamonds and watch the whole video. And of course, hit that thumbs up. Let's go for 1 like on the video. Let's go. Now, here we go. Good old home and survey. Dear travelers, take the survey, get 300 blue diamonds, fill out. Here we go. Question number 3. What types of mobile games have you been regularly playing in the last month? I usually don't play games. The only game I play is Hero Clash right now. So yeah. How... I think that question is more designed to see people play so they can make ads around those games as the mini game. I could definitely see that perspective with that question. Am I right, Hero Clash? Or am I wrong? Am I right? Or am I right?
Or it could be a perspective of which games to target for ads. That's what I would do if I was Hero Clash. Oh yeah.
Question number 4. How satisfied are you with the current version of the game? Honestly, I'm just gonna put from a global perspective, you know, taking into consideration everything with Hero Clash, I'm just gonna put somewhat satisfied. I'm not satisfied, I'm not dissatisfied, because there's some things I'm satisfied about and there's some things I'm not satisfied about. So I think it breaks out to the good old middle of somewhat satisfied. Question number 5. What is your favorite part of the current version of the game? Choose up to 3. Monthly theme events and new hero events, the June Summer Party event, Wandering Dragon Porcelina exclusive event, etc. Regular weekly events, Wish Summon, Esper Badge, etc. Single player PvP, Arena/Crucible, etc. Multiplayer PvE, Summit Clash, Union, Warzone. I really like Summit Clash. However, it is boring right now because we are on, what, season 30 or 31, and it's just so repetitive, and there's just nothing. It was exciting for the first couple weeks, but now it's just really, really boring. Let me just elaborate on that real quick. The reason why it's boring is because it's too repetitive. There's really not much to do. You have 4 unions that are probably going to work out some type of deal saying, hey, you can get first, we'll get second, third, and fourth. They don't have the power to do so. And first place will get 1 summit treasure. The second place will get a second summit treasure, which that's good for us because that's less time playing Summit Clash. I think that's great. However, from a Hero Clash business point of view, there needs to be more enticement when it comes to Summit Clash. Like changing the times of the summit treasure, adding random missions. That's what I would do for those spontaneous unions out there that have Discords and Facebook pages, all that stuff. I would just cater towards that. You know, I would have a 1-hour mission. It just randomly pops up. Boom. Your union has 1 hour to claim, you know, Fortress C3, A5, and B3 or whatever, you know, and you have 1 hour to do it, and you have to do it in a specific order. Like, there's so much Hero Clash could do to make it more exciting, but they just don't. I think the reason why they don't is because it would cost money to create this, and they wouldn't get money back from it. I really feel like that's the perspective of Hero Clash, and, you know, it is what it is.
So one thing Hero Clash doesn't take advantage of is spontaneous, actual good deals. Could you imagine if you're playing Summit Clash and you get this 1-hour challenge, right? You have the free-to-play prize. Let's say it's 2 2-star gems. Cool, I think that'd be awesome, you know? And then you could have the pay-to-pay prize where it's 99 cents and you get 5 2-star gems or something, you know? I think that would be awesome if it is well balanced. If you oversaturate the game with that, then it's atrocious. It's garbage. But if you did it here and there, I think that's the move, yo. And I wouldn't mind, you know, if a random great deal popped up like, Trim, yo, we have 1 hour after completing this challenge for Summit Clash where you get 10 exclusive stones for 99 cents. Sure, 99 cents, okay, cool. Or 99 cents for, I don't know, 500 Doom tokens or something. You know, just, there's so much they could do. You know, The fact that just Trinity from the far future here, and to take it a step further, you know what you really could do would be cool when it comes to this whole Summit Clash example. You could have it to where if a certain amount of players in the union take advantage of this 99-cent deal, then it unlocks a union reward, so the free-to-play players in that union can get something as well. Man, there's just so much y'all could do. Oh my goodness.
And that's what makes a good game great, and that's why Hero Clash will only ever be good until they dip their toes, until they jump into the deep side of creativity and taking risks. But with that being said, moving on to my second answer. Others, please specify. Hero collection and training. Mini games, no. PvE. You know what? I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to put PvE in there. I'm not a PvE guy, but the reason why I'm putting PvE is because of Skyline Realm. I think Skyline Realm is a dub. Now, it would be cool if they update it to where you remove, certain factions 1 month or something, or certain heroes, so you don't have the same meta every single month, with the meta being the new hero. I think that's absolutely lame. I understand it from a business perspective because it's going to entice people to max out the hero for 2.5 thousand. I got you. Understandable. Like I made the analogy before, I think a year ago, I said, if I hold up a gallon of milk and someone's willing to pay 2.5 thousand for it, I got more gallons of milk, everybody, So, I don't know. It'd be cool if Hero Clash would cater towards what they're doing now and cater towards what I'm talking about. And the third one, let's see. What do I like about the current version of the game? I'm just going to keep those two. Okay? Question number 6. What do you think are the main issues with the current version of the game? I don't even have to read all this. All of them. Well, here we go. Lack of guidance on hero training and team formation, or existing guidance is outdated with current version. Yes, 100%. Just to focus on when it comes to the new Arcana system, y'all just threw it in there with just these lame, weird, out of order directions and expected the community to be like, oh yeah, up in arms. Oh yeah, new event. No, absolutely atrocious. And then the way the event was released, it was just plopped in there, and now it's just sitting there. And you can't do anything unless you spend money. Probably one of the worst business decisions I've ever seen when it comes to a new event. You guys placed it in there with nothing to do unless you spend money. Atrocious. Oh my villainous. What is this? So anyways, let's see. No subsequent stages and minigames lacking content. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of the mini games. I understand it's just a ploy to attract people to the actual main game, so I don't care about the mini games. Too few players in my server, lacking freshness. Now, I do have a perspective on this one. It would be cool if we had a more frequent server merge or a rotational server basis. Could you imagine if you could lock in your unions and every 3 months or 6 months, it just scrambles everything around. Now, I'm not saying, servers 1 through 100 should be going against servers 1,000 to 1,100. Absolutely not. But it would be cool to go against, other unions, or just have fresh names pop up in other PvP/PvE game modes on a rotational basis, because it's the same repetitive nonsense over and over and over again, and it's just so boring. It's extremely boring, right? So I think Hero Clash needs to work on that as well. Event gameplay is
monotonous, dull, tedious, repetitive. I don't want to butcher that on camera.
Lacking fun. I would say, no, I'm not going to highlight that one. I do think there are some modes that are fun, but I just think it comes down to it's just so repetitive, Okay. Always matched against unbeatable opponents in multiplayer PvP, Union, Warzone, Summit Clash. Now, being on the stronger side of the spectrum when it comes to the elite, when it comes to, my personal account, I would say I understand this perspective from a free-to-play point of view, and someone who is newer or doesn't spend a lot of money, I would completely agree. Having unbeatable opponents is absolutely nefarious. It is. And if Hero Clash would listen, I really feel that if you guys created more free-to-play events for free-to-play players, like a free-to-play only Crucible, I think it would be the move. Yeah, it would cost Hero Clash money to build this and, more space and however that coding stuff works, but you would retain the attention of more free-to-play players. Because I'll be honest, if all the free-to-play players left, what's the point of being the best? What's the point of spending money if there's no audience? Sorry. Would you create a movie or would you create a TV show if you knew nobody was going to watch or spectate? No, you wouldn't. Sorry. Unless there's something personal going on there where you would, but if you knew that there'd be zero, then you probably wouldn't. Okay. So I'm going to click that one as well. The next one is always match against unbeatable opponents. Oh, just kidding. There we go. Monthly events such as theme events, new hero events, and Skyline Realm are overlapping, too exhausting to play. Now, I'm not going to click it, and I'm not going to click it. So what I mean by that is, I think Hero Clash did do a somewhat good job as dividing the game modes up. Because at first, during Thanksgiving 2023, Xmas 2023 going into January 2024, they're overlapping and it was just so obnoxious. But it has been balanced out way better than the past, so they are improving in that. Okay. However, with this new Arcana mode coming out, I'm kind of curious how they're going to do it, because now you're going to have Summit Clash every single week, plus all the other PvE events. And then what about the weeks of the Crucible? They're running into that wall of too much, so I definitely want to click that one as well. Returning player development progress is too far behind with no tutorials for new modes and training systems. I'm going to click that one as well, because when, not even returning players, but you could say new players, there's just so much when it comes to Hero Clash. If you start, this week or next week or 2 weeks ago or a month ago or even 3 months ago, sorry, but you're so far behind, and the Hero Clash system isn't built to catch these players up without spending a lot of money. And it's extremely unfortunate. And I made, my video yesterday where I talked about the Esper Badge event, to slowly help these players catch up, slap in, a level 6 rune, vital, or guardian for 250 Esper badges or something. There's so much Hero Clash could do, but they don't. Personally, I just don't think they care at this point, because it's been over a year of great suggestions, and I read the community chat all the time. I'm always, reading the Discord or the Facebook message, and Hero Clash is nothing short of great ideas. They just don't choose to do any of these great ideas, and it just goes to show you that they're more focused on money than money and customer satisfaction, and that's where Hero Clash is wrong at, and that's why Hero Clash is only a good game and not a great game. Moving on to the next we have is too many in-game bugs. I wish I could, I'm going to unclick this one. Oh, goodness gracious. I just find it funny how, every single week there's new bugs that take weeks upon weeks upon weeks to fix. However, we're getting brand new content. There's no glitches there. There's no glitches with the red diamond system, where you get what I'm saying. The priority level is very skewed when it comes to Hero Clash. And these glitches are 100% being reported, and I report them, through my channel as well. And I know y'all watch. I've ran a few psyops on Hero Clash, and I know for a fact that you guys watch majority of my content. So, but I think take some of that profit and hire some more devs, hire some more tech ops, or whatever you want to call them, and there should just be these in-game bugs should be fixed within, I would say, at least a week. We shouldn't be going on 3-4 weeks of having the same glitches. It's just unexcusable. It's nonsense, right? Next we have is no complaints. Hero Clash is funny. Y'all get an A for effort for humor. No complaints. I wonder who's clicking that one. Okay, question number 7 we have, what are the main bugs you've encountered in the game? I have experienced game crashes, and when it comes really quick, when it comes to these questions that says choose up to, someone should be able to choose all of them. Only choosing 3 makes the survey biased. You know, it'd be the equivalent of me having a survey on who likes steak, but I go to a vegetarian convention. It's biased. What are you doing? You know, of course you're gonna get dang near nobody. Oh look, no one likes steak. Well, who'd you do research on? Oh, the vegetarian convention. You know, so it's extremely biased. And I mentioned that in other surveys, and that still hasn't been fixed. Just switch the number. Choose up to any you want. Long loading times. I really don't feel long loading times. Frequent lag. Now, I do experience a lot of lag. However, it does come down to what kind of phone you have as well, because I have multiple iPhones. My iPhone SE right here, which is what I use to, record somewhat, is a little slower than my iPhone 14 or 15, whichever what it is. And that could be due to my phone. So actually, I'm going to unclick that because I'm not 100% sure which one it is. So unable to purchase packs or purchase packs not delivered. I'll be honest. I think the Red Diamond system is phenomenal for delivering. I don't think I've ever had an issue not getting my Red Diamonds or not getting something. There was one little incident where I didn't get 10 purple scrolls. I think it was like one of the first or second Skyland Realm events. But obviously Hero Clash now, yeah, it's a glitch. We're gonna send it out to y'all. I remember that. Let's see what else. Unable to connect to the server. Now, I think this can be more of a countrywide question. Here in the United States, I've never had an issue with not connecting. Okay, I can't say never. There was one little small incident where it was a glitch where it wouldn't let me log in. But that was one time out of the last almost 2 years, or 1 year and 8 months. So that one little time, I don't think is enough to, click this, And then when it comes to others, just all the main bugs, when it comes to the Acorn Tavern, you had that black line that flies all the way down every time you click something, highly annoying. And I know some still have the glitch where the Proving Grounds claim is still there, and that's obnoxious as well. But other than that, yeah. Okay, question number 8. Have you obtained or tried the new hero Void Moth released in May? Let's see. I only took advantage of the $25 event because they're a voider. If there were anyone else, I wouldn't have done it because I don't think she's even that good. She's not bad, but I think she's worth a free build. But let's stick to the question now. Yep. Okay. Let's see. How satisfied are you with the new hero Void Moth released in May? I'm just gonna put somewhat satisfied. It's one of those heroes that has a lot of potential to be great, but the game doesn't allow her to be great, or them. The voids. Yeah, the game doesn't allow them to be great because there's just too much offense. You could take the best defensive strategy versus the best offensive strategy, and the offense is going to slaughter every single time. And there's just not really a good balance. And again, I understand why, but a lot of people like to play checkers. I love to play chess, and that's why you see. Just next question. Question number 10. Have you obtained or tried the new hero Wandering Dragon Porcelina released in June? Hey, all right, there we go. I'm happy about that because I was actually going to make a video about this, but I don't have to now. I own Wandering Dragon because I did take advantage of the $25 pass deal, but that was it. Outside of getting her to Legendary, you're paying 4x, 5x the price. So to max her out would have cost between $2.1 and $3.4 thousand, which some people did it. More power to them. That's cool. However, from my perspective, my point of view, the reason why I don't like Porcelina is not because of the price when she's new, but two things. Let me focus on two things. When it comes to the price of getting a new hero, thousands of dollars, I don't think it's fair for the players who spend that money to only have 1 month of having that Porcelina advantage or that new hero advantage before she comes to the S Plus cards. For some reason, Hero Clash is reducing that time in between, and it's really a slap in the face to the pay-to-play players who spent that money. That's how I look at it, so that's why I never, do that. However, I think there needs to be some type of change when it comes to the price of a new hero and taking advantage of her and having an advantage for a hefty price, in my personal opinion. Now, number 2 is the reason why I don't like Porcelina is not because of Porcelina, it's because of what she does, what she symbolizes. In my opinion, Porcelina symbolizes Hero Clash doesn't know what to do, right? Let me explain. Porcelina has a lot of very childish actions, as in, oh, she can kick her way or punch her way through invulnerability shields. Maxed out Devil's Vombrace. And I know how this started. It all started with Vombrace and Sparta. Because back in the day when it first came out, Sparta was invincible. It was extremely hard to beat him if you went against that combo. So Hero Clash then comes out with Sophia to penetrate Vombrace, and it's only fair. And so now you're starting this cycle of you release a hero and then you release the counter. And it's such an atrocious way to have the future be ran when it comes to Hero Clash. So moving back to Porcelina, not only does she kick her way through any type of, invincibility, which is goofy in itself, but she also, when maxed out, she takes action before the game even starts. So if you ever go against a maxed out Porcelina, she'll kick that front row hero, and when it happens to me, it's like 9, 10, 11, 12 million damage. And if you think that's bad enough, she's able to, she can't be stunned, petrified, entangled. So if you have Silsa and she kicks Silsa, well, she can just drink her potion and then she becomes untangled. So in order to take her out of the game through CC, you have to hit her twice. Let's just be real. If you're using 2 CC heroes, it's such a hard strategy to master because there's not many heroes like Silsa. There's not. She's the only good one where you can actually get an entangle off upon death. And while it is a strategy, Porcelina completely counters that.
And if you think that's bad enough, did you know Porcelina actually counters Olila as well? Olila the Voider, who can imprison a hero for 2 turns? Yes. I tested it out about 2 weeks ago when she was released, and Olila, when you target Porcelina, it doesn't work. She can drink her dumb potion and be like, oh, I'm good, from a Voider. Insane in the membrane. Unacceptable. Villainous.
So now you take away invincibility, you take away the CC strategy. Now what are you left with? Pretty much a defense. Let's say instead of switching to offense, you switch to defense. What if you go with the chick with the fists who gives shields? You could have her, you could have Irene, you could have all these defensive heroes along with a Sophia or a Phoenix or a Geo, and still with this maxed out Porcelina, she can kick through all of that. Now she's not invincible and can't be beaten, but it's just extremely disencouraging when you have a hero like that where you're taking away strategies, and that's where the game falls off for me at. I can't stand it. I think it's atrocious from a chess point of view. Now, if you're playing checkers, hey, that's down your alley, to each their own. And so how I view Hero Clash as a whole is you have this beautiful stacked up pyramid, right? And at the top is your 1 year mark. And then once you get up there, you're looking around, you have people around you, hundreds of people next to you, with similar builds. And next thing you know, you just have this Sophia, hero who surpass you. And then you have Porcelina who just wipes out all of your strategies just by spending a few bucks, a few $1,000s. And like I said, from a business perspective, it's awesome. You make a lot of money, but at the same time, you're hurting the community. You really are. So my last point when it comes to Porcelina is she takes action before the game starts. Are we going to get to a point in Hero Clash where everyone's going to be able to take action? You're going to have 10 heroes be able to take action before the game starts. So you're going to have 5 or 6 different special abilities go off, and then the Phoenix can hit the chains or something, and are we going to get to a point where the game ends before it starts? Because if that's the case, then, hey, this is going to be entertaining to view and report on, but
I think what Hero Clash should have done was take Porcelina and have her bring a new type of strategy into Hero Clash. It could have been a strategy as in she disables someone from taking an action in the beginning of the game or before the game starts. You know how a level 30 Selena is able to do the soul link before the game starts? But what if Porcelina or a new hero had it to where there's a small percentage chance where one of those heroes can't take any action before the game starts? I think that would have been pretty cool. But yeah, I think Hero Clash needs to work on a new type of strategy when it comes to new heroes. And there's just so many things they can do that would actually be fun. And
at the end of the day, Hero Clash really needs to change gears. And in my opinion, based on what Hero Clash has been doing for the last year and a half, I don't think Hero Clash has a good strategy. I don't. I really don't think you guys do. And that's why I really want you guys to look at the community. I want you guys to listen to the community. And that's why I made the whole Arcana video and I went in. But it's because I care. I don't want to see Hero Clash fade into the past, and be irrelevant. I don't want that. I want Hero Clash to thrive and keep thriving. But on the path Hero Clash is currently on, it's not looking good. And don't get me wrong, Hero Clash will be able to hold a lot of players for at least a year. But we're getting to that point where Hero Clash needs to change gears because you do not want to go down that road. And if you don't believe me, I have 10 plus years of experience, 10 plus years of sponsorships, 10 plus years of multiple contracts with multiple companies, and I've watched a few companies burn to the ground. I even sat in a business meeting with one of these companies and warned them how I'm warning y'all right now. I said, if you do this portion of your company will burn to the ground. They're like, oh, Trinity, it's too late. We already put the money in. We're not gonna cancel anything. We're gonna try it out. Sure enough, they released it and it burned to the ground. And guess what? They still had to pay me. They paid out my contract. And I don't want that to happen to Hero Clash. So that's why I'm very adamant when it comes to these videos, when it comes to talking to the devs or when it comes to talking to Ralph or whatever. It seems like a lot of what I say falls on deaf ears, but hey, we all learn in different ways. And if it cost Hero Clash 6 to 7 figures to learn, then well, so be it. Okay. So hopefully they're listening. Question number 11. How satisfied are you with the hero Wandering Dragon Porcelina? I'm very dissatisfied. From a business like I just said, from a business perspective, it's absolutely phenomenal. I would be satisfied, but from a consumer perspective, from a free-to-play perspective and a pay-to-play perspective, I'm dissatisfied. I think it was just a money move, which good job, but I think she really does hurt the community in the long run, I should say. And like I said, you guys easily could just create a counter for her and keep this game of checkers, 2 kings going back and forth, blah, 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 blah. But that's not fun. Let's start playing chess. Moving on. Question number 12. What is your main reason for being dissatisfied with Wandering Dragon? I pretty much just said this, so I'm just going to click that and move on. And then, which description best fits your evaluation of the in-game language quality? I do think the in-game language quality is getting way better. So kudos to Hero Clash for updating it. And yeah, I just think when it comes to, especially the Arcana event, it needs to be organized in a way that makes sense. Because Hero Clash just types stuff up and puts it out there. And you have to realize people learn differently, through audio, through visual, through hands-on. And just having just a little paragraph, You're disregarding probably 80-90% of the community. I'll be honest. Reading the Arcana was so obnoxious. I had to pull up my MacBook and take notes while reading it and break it down in a way that made sense. And to do that, I dang near had to read it in reverse. Like 1 and 2 is great, but then when I got to the description of the Stardust, it was reversed. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And there was no pictures. And then you have this luminous crystal that they're talking about where you have no idea what it is. I don't know. I think what you guys should do when it comes to future events like that is you remember during Summit Clash when it was first released, y'all had pretty much the picture book of what everything was. That's what needs to happen. There needs to be a visual. There needs to be words so someone can read in their mind and hear it in their minds. And I think that'd be better because y'all just placed it in there, said, "Up, have at it," and it's such a failure. And so we'll see what happens with Arcana 2.0 coming out. Or not really 2.0, but the future of Arcana. However, let's see what else. Question number, I'm gonna say average. And then 14, where did you primarily encounter issues with text quality? Game events. I guess it'd be game events, right? Yeah. Do you have any other feedback or suggestions for our game? The community makes the game what it is. Because without the community, this game is nothing. But with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Greatness manifested.